Hi guys, hope you're doing fine. So this is gonna be a practice where we're focusing a lot on our legs. The stability, the strength, the flexibility of our legs. And by doing so, we're also getting the benefits of feeling more grounded in our bodies, feeling that connection to earth underneath us. So let's get right into it. Find yourself a comfortable seated position, closing your eyes. And then start taking a couple of deep breaths here. Inhaling through your nose and then exhaling it out through your mouth. Feeling the two sit bones on the floor. Feeling what other body parts are connected to the earth underneath you. I'm just feeling how you're arriving in this moment. Letting go of all the other thoughts from the past, about the future. And just taking this practice as a meditation in movement. So let's start making a couple of circles with our upper body. So on an exhale we go down. And then on an inhale we're coming up. Feeling how you start connecting your breath to your movements, or your movements to your breath actually. Next time we're coming up, we're just changing the direction. So we exhale, going to the other side, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. 3 more circles. Exhale, we're going down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going down. I'm really exaggerating when you're going out to the side. So really getting into your hips. Last one here. And then coming up into a seated position. And then from here, we start activating the Ujjayi breath. If you're not familiar with your Ujjayi breath, then just focusing on breathing through your nose, so through the whole practice. From here, we're dropping the hands down to the floor and we're lifting directly up into a downward facing dog. Just moving around a little bit here, so bending one knee, bending the other, maybe swing your hips from side to side, making sure that your neck is relaxed, so swing your head from side to side. And then from here, we're reaching the right leg up. So we'll do a lot of these movements today with the 3-leg dog. When we're doing that, feel the importance of keeping your hips parallel to each other to protect your lower back and to keep a safe practice. So that means that maybe that leg doesn't go that high as it wants to if you open the hips. Make sure that the hips are parallel to each other. From here, stepping that right foot in between your hands on an exhale, dropping your left knee down. Inhale, lifting your chest up. And then exhale, straighten your front leg as you drop your head down. Inhale, coming forward again, opening up your chest. Palms on the ground and stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg up. And again, staying here for a couple of breaths. So one trick to see if your hips are parallel to each other is to look up to your lifted foot. So in this case, your left foot. See if your left foot is straight. Because if it's open, if it's turned to the side, then it's a sign that your hips are also open. So from here, exhale, bring your left foot in between your hands. Dropping your right knee down. Inhale, lifting your chest up. And then exhale, straighten your front leg, getting that juicy stretch of the back side of your leg. Inhale, coming forward, dropping your hips. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands, left knee down on the floor. Inhale, lifting your arms up. And then exhale, bring your right arm back and left arm forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, palms on the ground, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, right knee down. Inhale, lifting your arms up. Exhale, left arm up, back, right arm forward. Inhale, lifting your arms up. Exhale, palms on the ground, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your right leg up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Dropping your left knee down. And then inhale, lifting your right arm up. Staying here, exhaling. Inhale, see if you can lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, palm on the ground, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, right knee down. Inhale, lifting your left arm up. Exhale, stay here. One more breath. Inhale, reach it a little higher. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reaching your right leg up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Inhale, lifting up for a high lunge. Exhale, sinking your knee down to the floor. And then inhale, lift it up. One more time. Exhale, sinking your back knee down. And then inhale, lift it up. Exhale, palms on the ground, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg up. Step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, lifting up, high lunge. Exhale, bend that back knee and drop it down to the floor. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, palms on the ground. Left foot back, downward facing dog. So let's continue. Right leg goes up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Coming back up into a high lunge. This time you stay here. So try to keep the back leg straight. So keeping the knee lifted. The heel is pointing back. Couple more breaths. And then with your next exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Shift your weight forward. Look down on the floor in front of you. And lift that left leg up, straight up. Straight behind you. So you're in a straight line from the crown of the head to your toes. Your hands can stay here in heart center. You can reach them back, and if you have space in front of you, you can reach them forward. Dropping your hands down to the floor and lift that left leg as high up as you can for a standing split. Try to get your nose down to your right leg. And then dropping your left foot in the middle of the mat. Keeping both legs straight. On an inhale, reaching forward with your head straight back. And an exhale, dropping your head down to the ground, to your front leg. Staying here a couple of times, couple of breaths. If you want, you can have blocks underneath your hands. And just surrender here. Trying to have your hips parallel to each other. Bring your hands to your hips. And then inhale, lifting your upper body up. Shifting your weight to your front leg. And then lifting your left knee up towards your chest. Exhale, bring your left knee on top of your right. Hook the foot behind. And then bring your right arm on top of your left. So coming into an eagle pose. So see if you can sink the hips, lower down. You might start feeling a little burn in your leg. Just use your breath to stay with it. Keeping your arms as they are. We're just lifting that left knee up. And then exhale, swing that left leg behind you. And then drop it as far back on the mat as possible. Inhale, lifting your arms up, still in the eagle variation. Exhale, sinking your hips down. Inhale, releasing your arms, lifting your arms up. And then exhale, we open up for warrior two. Staying here for 2 breaths. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Turning your right toes forward so the feet are parallel to each other. Hands to your hips, nice deep inhale as you're lifting your chest up. And exhale, folding down. Hands down to the front, the same line as your feet. Inhale, coming halfway up. Straight back. Exhale, lower back down again. Inhaling, staying here. Exhale. And then we start walking the hands over towards your right foot. Bending your right knee as the left toes lift up. Bring your hands into heart center if it's possible. If you need to have them on the floor, keep them on the floor. And then if you are able to open your arms. So bring that right arm back, lifting your left arm up. Maybe some of you can take it into a bind. Maybe focusing on our legs here. So trying to get that juicy opening of your hips. Releasing whatever variation you are in, turning to the front of the mat. Turning all toes to the front. So you're in a low lunge here, but with your knee lifted. And then just rocking a little bit forward and back, or maybe even bouncing a little bit up and down to really feeling how you're opening up your hips. And from here, take it into a plank position. If you want to just step your right foot back, then go for it. If you want to take it through a fun transition, then bring your right shoulder underneath your right leg, looking forward, shifting your way forward. See if you can lift that right leg up, and see also if you can lift that left leg up. Balancing here for a moment, and then stepping both feet back into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up. Stepping your left foot between your hands. Inhale, lifting up into a high lunge. Staying here. And feeling how the back leg is straight. How that right heel is pushing back towards the floor. Bring your hands into heart center. Shift your weight forward to your front leg as that right leg lifts up. Creating one straight line from the front, from the crown of your head, down to your right heel, down to your right toes. And as always, we can use any variation with your arms. If you have space in the front, reach them forward. And then dropping your hands down to the floor. Try to keep your hands as close to your left foot as possible. Pushing that right leg up. 2 more breaths here. And with your next exhale, drop that right foot in the middle of the mat. Straightening both legs, making your hips parallel, reaching your head forward. And an exhale, folding down, so dropping your head down towards your left leg. Staying here for a couple of breaths as you're feeling that intense opening of the back side of your left leg. Bring your hands to your hips, lifting your upper body up with the help from your abdominals. Shift your weight forward to the front leg as you're lifting your right knee up. And an exhale, drop your right leg on top of your left. Bringing your left arm on top of your right. And see if you can sink your hips down. And with your next inhale, lifting your right knee up towards the chest. Bend your front knee as you bring that right foot as far back on the mat as possible.
Inhale, lifting your arms up into a high lunge variation. One more deep inhale. Exhale. And an inhale, releasing your arms. And an open up for warrior two. I will change sides so you see me better. Left leg is forward, right leg is back. One more deep breath here. And then straighten your left leg. Turning your left toes forward, feet parallel to each other. Hands to your hips, take a nice deep inhale. And an exhale, lower down. Grabbing your big toes for this variation. Going halfway up, lengthening your spine. And an exhale, pulling yourself down. Elbows out to the sides. And trying to get your head in between your legs. One more deep breath. Releasing your hands. And start walking your hands over towards your left foot. Lifting your right toes up. Bring your hands into heart center if it's possible. And then maybe opening your arms. And maybe take it into a bind. So find your variation. Always remember that this is your practice. And doing what feels good for you. And then slowly releasing whatever variation you are in. Turning to the front of the mat, so all 10 toes pointing forward. And again, just bouncing a little bit here, up and down, or rocking forward and back, maybe even side to side. Whatever you feel that your back leg needs. And then again, either just step that left foot back into plank, or bring your left arm, left shoulder underneath your left leg. Lift that left leg up. See if you also can lift that right leg up. Balance here for a moment. And then shoot both legs back, chaturanga. And upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bending your knees, looking forward, and then stepping to the front of the mat. With keeping your feet, the feet hip width apart. Hip width apart, bending your knees, sinking your hips down, taking into a wide leg chair pose. Feeling how your lower back is in control, so keeping it flat. Using your abdominals. And then we're lifting your heels up. Finding control, finding balance. Have fun in your practice. Slowly see if you can also lower your upper body down. And see if you can get a connection between your chest and your thighs. And then from here, dropping your heels down to the floor. Dropping your hands down to the floor. Go and grab your big toes and feeling how you're pulling yourself down. Relaxing your head, relaxing your neck. Bending your knees, dropping your hips down. Bring your hands into heart center, into your malasana. So feel free to stay here in this malasana. If you want to take it into an arm balance, then lifting your hips up. Placing your hands behind your heels, palms flat. Dropping your hips down to your arms. Looking forward and see if you can shift your weight to your hands and your feet lift up. Crossing your ankles for the first variation. Lifting the legs up. Beautiful. And then slowly dropping your feet down. Coming back into your malasana. And from your Malasana, drop your hips down, bringing your feet together. Take a nice deep inhale, so lifting your chest up. And an exhale, lower down. Taking a couple of deep breaths here as you're feeling that nice opening of your hips. You're starting to round down this practice, but keeping your breath still active. Your next inhale, lifting yourself back up. Opening your legs as wide as you can. Keeping your feet flexed. Dropping your right hand on the outside of your right leg. For the very flexible people on the inside. Reaching your left arm up and a fold down to the side. So make sure that your left shoulder doesn't collapse. That you're keeping it nice and open and keeping your gaze up to the sky. Maybe we can go and touch the big toe, but keeping the shoulder open. The next inhale, coming back up. Exhale, preparing for the other side, so left hand down the floor, reaching your right arm up, and then lower down. If you want to go for a little bit more challenge, bring your hand on the inside of your leg. With your next inhale, lifting yourself back up. Hands in front of you, take a nice deep inhale, lifting your chest. And exhale, lower down. Keeping your legs active and your feet flexed. And an inhale, coming back up. Bringing your legs together. And then lower down to the floor. For a well-deserved Shavasana. Taking 2 deep breaths here, inhaling through your nose. And then exhaling it out through your mouth as long as you can. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling out through your mouth. And coming into your natural breath. No control, no modifications, just letting it be totally natural. I'm feeling also how your body is relaxing more and more. Feeling that each exhale, how you're grounding down with your body. And your body becomes a little bit more heavier, but in a very gentle and pleasant way. If you have more time to stay in Shavasana, please do so. And whenever you feel ready, start moving your fingers, moving your feet. Start reaching your arms above your head to stretch your body out. Bring your knees into your chest. Giving yourself a nice deep hug. You've been doing a great job here. I can feel my legs and hopefully you feel them too. Dropping your knees down to one of your sides and then slowly coming up into a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed for yet another moment. Just take a moment to observe your body, observe your breath. Hands into heart center. Thank you for practicing together with me. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day ahead of you. Namaste.